Hello everybody. I want to show you quickly how we can play the Resource Rangers game. This Resource Rangers game and the materials are included inside my grade 2 unit systems and my grade 3 unit systems. So this game and all the materials can be found within my units. Now what's really interesting about this game is that it covers a bunch of different outcomes for grades 2 and grade 3. Basically, the premise behind this game, or the outcomes that the students will be understanding, is that where you settle on the land affects what kinds of resources that you might have access to or that you might have a bounty of. And then by trading with others, like communities and countries, you are going to be able to get what you need in return. So anyways, I have included here a one-pager of the game rules. So again, a fun game of collecting, trading resources. And so this is included in my Resource Rangers game. Now, if you just give me a moment, I am going to take out all the materials for Resource Rangers and I'm going to set up the game board. Awesome. So to start the game, you're going to want your students to set up the hexagonal tiles so that they're touching each other. It really doesn't matter where we put the tiles, like the resources, or which hexagons are touching which hexagons. It doesn't matter. So every time you play, you can have a new pattern. If you've played the game Settlers of Catan, this is similar to that game, but just less complicated for students. There are no roads to build in this game. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to separate my resource cards and I'm going to keep these off to the side. These are going to be my bank. Now you might want to choose somebody to be a banker, or you might want to have these accessible to all. So I'm just going to keep these on the side here. Again, all of the resources are separated into their resource type. You can see I have bricks, oil, up here I have wheat, and down here I have wood. Oh, got some wheat ones sticking over here. And I have water. So now that I have the game laid out and I have my resource cards laid out, now it's time to pick my players. Awesome. I just moved my screen a little bit so that you can see. So each player is going to receive one of these packages and they are all color coordinated. So I have red, yellow, green, blue, and purple. For the sake of this game, we're just going to go ahead and we're going to use these three colors. So I'm just going to take the materials out and I'm going to lay them around the board to showcase three different players playing. So this game can be played with up to 5 players at one time. So you can have red and yellow, green, blue, and purple playing. But for the sake of this game, we're just going to play with 3 players. So the way that the turn begins, or the way that the game begins, is each player places their house token on a circle of their choice. So everybody has these 5 tokens, and the goal is to eventually be able to build all of these tokens somewhere on the game board. So green has these 5 tokens, and we're going to start with the house token. This is the one that everybody gets to place wherever they want. And once you play it, once you've placed it, once you've built your house, you cannot move it around anymore. So I am going to place my house, the greenhouse, let's say on wheat there. So every time a 5 is rolled, I am going to collect 1 wheat card. And then these are the tokens that I am going to be working on towards building the rest. And what do I need to build those? Here is my resource card. If I want to build a tree house, I will need to pay a wood and 2 bricks to the bank. If I want to build a campfire, I need a wood and 2 oil. A boat will need to cost 1 wood and 2 water. And a garden will require 2 wheat and a water. And so obviously I have settled my house on wheat. I am going to be collecting wheat, but I do not have access to any of these other resources right now, which means through the game, I'm going to have to trade with my players. So green has placed it. Now I'm going to pretend that I'm blue. Blue's gonna place their house here on oil. So if a 6 is rolled, then they get 1 oil. And purple's going to place their house and they're gonna place it on wood. Now I highly recommend that students choose to place their houses on different resources, because if we all place it on wheat, for example, then we're all waiting for the number 5 to be rolled so that we can all get wheat. This will take much longer to play. Whereas if I put a house on wheat on a number 5, and this person put on wood on number 4, and this person put on oil for number 6, then we have a better chance of moving the game along because more resources will be handed out as more numbers are rolled. So this is how the game begins. We have houses laid on. Now green gets to start. We're going to roll the die. So green's gonna roll, and green rolls a 1. Nobody is settled on 1, so nobody collects anything. Now blue's going to roll. Blue is going to roll a 5. So green is settled on a 5. Green is going to receive 1 wheat card. So here we go. Here's a wheat card for green. For green. Nobody else settled on a 5, so we're gonna move on to purple. Purple's going to roll. Purple rolls a 2. Nobody is settled on 2. Now we're going to circle back to green. Green is going to roll. Green rolls a 3. There are no 3s. Blue's going to roll. Blue rolls a 2. No 2s. 1. Purple rolls a 1. No rolls. A 4. Here we go. Green rolls a 4. Fantastic. Purple is settled on a 4. So purple is going to get a wood. So we're going to take a wood card and we're going to give it to purple. And now we're going to keep rolling a 6. Here we go. Oil for blue. And we're just going to keep rolling and collecting resources. So purple rolled. Purple is settled on 4, and they received wood as well. So far, purple is collecting some resources. Green has 1 wheat, and blue has some oil. Now I'm going to speed up the game a little bit. I'm going to pretend that we've rolled a bunch of times, and I'm going to pretend that green has received a few more wheat cards because that's all that green can collect. Green can only collect wheat right now. So I'm just going to pretend that green has collected 3 wheat cards. I'm going to pretend here that 6 was rolled quite a bit. And I'm going to pretend that blue has 4 oil cards. And then I'm going to pretend that also purple has received quite a bit. And let's just say purple received 2 more. Let's say 2 more rolls. So now you can see that we are all abundant in 1 resource. Green is abundant with wheat, blue is abundant with oil, and purple is abundant with wood. But we need to trade, we need to trade so that we can build these things. So this card tells me what I can do. On my turn, I can roll the die and handle the resources. That's what we've been doing. I can also trade resources if I need them, and I can build something if I have the resources. I can always trade to the bank. So if I can't seem to trade with my partners, I can trade 3 of the same card for 1 card of my choice from the bank. So I do have 3 cards, but if I trade all 3 of these wheat to the bank, I only get 1 back. So I'm gonna actually try and see if I can make a deal. Because if I'm looking here, well, I have lots of wheat, but there's no water. Nobody has collected any water. So I'm gonna try and see if I can trade my wheat for these materials because somebody has wood and somebody has oil. So I'm gonna trade. I'm gonna ask blue, can I trade you 1 wheat for 1 of your oil because you have lots of oil? And blue can say yes or no. That's part of the game. And blue's gonna say, sure, I have lots of oil, we're gonna trade. So here we go. Blue traded with me. It's still my turn. This is what I have right now. And now I'm going to ask purple. Purple, I'm trying to build a campfire. Can I trade you 1 wheat for 1 of your wood? And purple's gonna say, thanks, but no thanks because I have plans for my wood. And I'm gonna say, okay, that's too bad. All right, I'll wait for my next turn. So then here's green. Green's turn is all done. We managed to trade for a new resource that we do not have access to. So now we're gonna roll. We roll a 6, awesome. That means blue gets another oil. So blue's gonna look at their cards. Blue's gonna say, oh my gosh, I have so many cards. And they're gonna say, wow, you know what? I already have 2 oil to build a campfire. I just need 1 wood. I remember from the last turn that purple didn't want to trade because they were trying to build something. I bet you that they want to trade to build a campfire as well. So I'm gonna make them a good deal. I'm gonna ask purple, I will trade you 2 oil if I can have 1 of your wood. And then purple, of course, is gonna say, oh my gosh, that is such a good deal. That's exactly what I need. So then they're going to trade resources. And now Blue's going to look at their card and Blue's going to say, I can build a campfire. I have 1 wood and 2 oil. 1 wood and 2 oil. I still have a wheat left. So now I'm going to take my resources and I'm going to put them in the bank and I am going to build my campfire. Now this is another token on the game board. I am not going to put it on oil because I want to get a new resource, something that I don't have access to. I have a wheat in my cards. Maybe I'm going to try and build a garden. So I'm going to put this on a 3 for water. And I decided to put it on a 3 versus a 4 because if a 4 is rolled, we already get wood in the game. But if a 3 is rolled, nobody has settled on it yet. So I'm going to put my 3 here. So now we're going to continue the game. That was Blue's turn. Now we're going to move on to Purple. Purple's going to roll a 6. Awesome. So we look at the 6s. Blue still gets an oil. And now Purple is going to say, whoa, I have so many cards. I would like to build a campfire as well. So Blue is going to put in, Purple is going to put in a green, a wood, and 2 oil so they can build a campfire. They still have 2 cards left over. We're going to grab the campfire and Purple is going to say, nobody has settled on brick yet, so maybe I'm going to put my card on brick. And we're going to keep playing and keep trading resources so that everybody can eventually build their tokens onto the game board. The goal is to have all 5 of your tokens on the game board. Now remember, if you happen to have 3 of the same card, you can automatically trade these on your turn. You can trade them to the bank for any resource that you want. That way, if we're having a hard time collecting a resource, like if nobody has settled on it, you still have the option of going to the bank and trading so that you can collect a resource. The goal of the game is to eventually place all of your tiles on the game board. Now, as you can imagine, the spots are going to get pretty full. So if green has put theirs on, blue's going to put theirs on, and purple is going to get theirs on. And so the goal of the game is the first person to put all 5 of their tokens on the game board wins. Although you can also keep playing so that everybody gets a chance to put their tokens on. It depends on how much time you have for the game. And that's how you play my Resource Rangers game. When you are finished playing, you're going to put all of the same colored tokens in the bag. So all of green's tokens, there's going to be 5 tokens, and you're going to put the matching resource card and the matching turn card inside the bag so that all these materials belong to green. You're also going to put the resource cards back in the bank, and you're going to put all of the hexagon tiles in a nice pile so that everything can be put away nicely.